On this- Hello and welcome to this episode of the Lessons from the Core podcast with your host, Lisa Cara. This is episode 16, and today's episode is sponsored by Wow World of Women. I'm so thrilled to have on my friend, Carol-Chantal Seguin. Welcome, Carol.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me, Lisa. It's a
Thank you.
it's an honor to be your guest today.
It's such a pleasure to have you on. I'm thankful to have you here on this podcast journey with me. I've taught Pilates for over 22 years. I'm a wife, a mother, best-selling author, and I created this podcast to share these lessons from the core with you. As you listen in each week, I invite you to think about which roads you keep going down. Where have you been unwilling to change your habits? Maybe now is the time to learn to self-reflect on those lessons and see those red flags faster so that you can get on the right road and path. Sometimes we can spend years on one road or pattern, and it's all that we know until we learn that right lesson from the core. So, thanks again to my guest, Carol-Chantal. I'm so excited to have my friend and fellow author and entrepreneur on as a guest. And
Thank
you, of course, have been so able and willing to help me unravel some of those habitual patterns and thing as a friend and colleague and mentor. And we had the pleasure of meeting through Wow at one of your fantastic live events. I always remember the amazing food and just being so welcomed by both you, and your son was always at all those events cooking up a storm. And it was just, I always want to just thank you. And I do thank you every time I see you at just how welcoming and inviting and loving and just all the things. So thank you for being you and for being a guest today.
thank you so much, Lisa. I love people. And that's what I instilled in my son as well, as to communicate and just, smile and just be welcoming, because your smile is your biggest gift. And if you don't share that, people are missing out on getting to know you. So it starts with a smile. And then when people are attracted to that, they say, "Oh, the energy is so good. I want to get to know that person." And that's what has worked for me, is putting on a smile.
And aside from your warm and loving energy, you have over 35 years experience with finance and accounting. So it, of course, makes you the perfect business coach and person to talk about wealth mindset and things like that. You have ran so many various events within Ottawa and Montreal and other communities. And today I'm super excited to be able to talk about one of the big ones you have coming up in April, supporting a really great cause. And we're going to get into that. Now, you founded Wow, it was back in July 2012
I started WOW in 2012 in Montreal
in Montreal,
because
and you
there
were
was a need for social networking with the woman entrepreneur. And how it transpired is that I was working at an accounting firm after I had been a director of finance of operation for a large uh, courier transport company in Montreal. And when I left there with all my experience, the owner of the accounting firm said, "Carol, I can't afford your salary that you're used to, but I will give you access to my database, and you can, be a coach to my clients. I'm sure they would love, because I've known you for 19 years and I know that you know how to grow companies." So I said, "Okay." I started like that, and he shared his, like he promised. So nights and weekends, I was able to coach new entrepreneur. So I would help them with their structure, with their operation, with their finance. And I had noticed that the people who were starting businesses were women. So I, got to know a lot of new solo entrepreneur who needed an
yes.
accountant. So they would come to our accounting firm, But then at nights and weekends, I would go in and I would assess their business. I would look at their numbers, their operation, and I would help them. And then one day, my assistant says, "Why don't we have coffee with the two ladies that just started their business?" I said, "Good idea." And we went to Tim Hortons, and that's how WOW was started because the two women said, "You should have a social network." And I wrote WOW on a piece of napkin. And they said, "No, no, no, not a mom group." Because when they saw it on their side of the table, it was a mom.
Right.
But for me, on the other side, it was a WOW.
Wow. Yeah.
Uh, that's how WOW
And
was
that's how WOW
started.
was born.
Yeah.
Oh, and you still incorporate those sessions in now with all of the WOW ambassadors. I
Yes.
was lucky enough to have one of those sessions, and you offer that to anyone that joins, right? To be able to
Yes.
look at their business and give
Yeah.
them that one-on-one attention.
Yeah.
And
I
yeah.
do mentor a lot of the WOW ambassadors, but I also offer free mentorship. Whoever wants 30 minutes to go over what they're doing and what just to have a little help. And I offer free mastermind twice bi-weekly. So anybody that's on the WOW Canada Facebook group will have access to those mastermind.
Hmm.
Last night was one of the event, and a lot of the ladies are like so grateful because sometimes you just need a little push or
Yeah.
a little tip about strategies or marketing or how to get seen, be visible. So I offer little strategies for them to be seen and having fun with their company because a lot of
Yeah.
time they're stressed. And I said, when you are stressed, it brings like sort of negative vibes. And because I studied the law of attraction with Dr. Joe Vitale, I'm more on heart-centered businesses that will um, create synergy with their clients more on a service base
Hmm.
than making sure that the client is well served, followed up, and that is a continuing that continues their business with that strategy is that clients come first.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
And
actually a core one of the core principle of running a business is that if you don't have customer service and you don't pay attention to what your clients want, need, and appreciate from your business or what you're offering, uh, you're there to cater to them so they can share your business with others. Because if you don't give good customer service and you don't pay attention to what they want, they'll
hmm.
go elsewhere. They'll go elsewhere.
Hmm.
But if you pay attention to them, they'll refer, they'll come back, they'll be what we call you know, fans or uh, they'll promote your business without you even asking.
Yeah, that constant word of mouth and
Yes.
referrals. And that's a thing when it's a genuine referral because you really know of that business, of
The
that
experience, you've
person. Yeah,
had that experience.
you have. And we always get the opportunity to meet new people, whether it's in your online masterminds that WOW
Yeah.
offers or any of the lovely dinners that we get to get together and meet up.
Yeah.
It's been amazing to, again,
And
run.
now that we're getting back to face,
Yeah, we've had some great opportunities to try out some amazing restaurants all over Ottawa.
that's
Thank
what we
you
love to
for
do. We
hooking
like
up.
to go to different women-owned businesses. We try,
Yeah.
they're not always sometimes, but the majority of the one that we pick on a monthly basis for our face-to-face. Sometimes we're a large group, sometimes we're a small group.
Hmm.
Now that the things are starting to get back to normal, the attendants are coming back. So
Hmm.
that's important because when you have a social network and the ambassadors, they come to meet other ambassadors,
Hmm.
it forged a community of women helping women. And that is so empowering. And they they have our back. Like a
Yeah.
lot of the time, somebody will say, "Oh, is there a wow that knows a little bit about websites?"
Hmm.
Like, yes, there's like two or three,
Yeah.
and it gives a genuine appreciation of other women in your city. So you don't have to go elsewhere. You can help the ones that are around and support small solo business for women. And that's what I love to do. I love to help out uh, the women that show up. You have to show up.
No, you definitely radiate that anytime I've been at any of the events that you've hosted or just been at an event where we've got to sit together. You really do radiate that wanting to let other people feel known and feel heard and feel welcome. And that's definitely, it's priceless. We always want to feel that. And as you said, like having that really good word of mouth of knowing someone in the flesh that does work on websites or does do graphic design or someone that can, someone needs a photographer or just having that referral base is fantastic. And yeah, we all have a lot of fun, a lot of fun, a lot of great food, a lot of great times. And I would love for you to tell us and fill us in on the next summit that's coming up. So that's a
Oh,
huge in-person thing. You've got guest speakers,
workshops,
everything. So let us know
vendors.
when the dates are
Okay.
and what the fundraising proceeds are going to.
Okay, so I'm so happy to be bringing to Ottawa a spiritual summit. So it's never been one in Ottawa. So I'm proud to wow and woo. Woo Infinity is another company that I am co-founder with others that are creating a e-commerce hub
Mhm.
for everything woo woo. So that means practitioners, healers, teachers, uh, psychic, mediums. So it's on another spectrum of spirituality. So that's why it's called the Spiritual Summit. It's
Okay.
on Saturday, April 22nd, from 10 to 6 p.m. And there's going to be 10 speakers with 10 workshops. Actually, it's at 9 workshops. We couldn't, every 30 minutes, there's
Yeah.
one of the speakers is going to be in a separate workshop room giving their talk
Oh,
for 30 minutes.
amazing. What a great
Yeah.
way to get to know more practitioners in the city,
Yeah.
more businesses.
Yeah. So while there's somebody on stage, there's
Mhm.
also a workshop happening. So that's also a good thing.
And
So
vendors that you're walking around or
yeah. So
okay.
there's
Oh,
two
amazing.
ballrooms. Two ballrooms.
And where is
One
it
is
located
at
at again?
the Ottawa Conference and Event Center.
Okay.
So it's near the Parkway, Vanier Parkway, where there's the Hampton Inn and the courtyard. In between those two hotels, there's a conference center.
Okay,
So it's on the
perfect.
main
Right
lobby.
off the
You
highway. Yeah.
right off the highway. It's the main lobby. You come in, you'll be received by the people who are fundraising for autism because
Okay.
the month of April is Autism Awareness Month. So the
Okay.
whole month, Woo Infinity, with their speakers, vendors, we will be fundraising for autism.
Nice. And
So
how
it's a
much?
youth program that
Okay.
there's going to be a table that collects direct donation, but also there's going to be a table with draws for some of the gift basket that the vendors and the speakers are going to donate. So they're going to donate things for the fundraising for autism. And then
Nice.
we're also going to do 50-50 raffle tickets. So, and then we're going to do it twice a day, a draw. So we're going to do the AM draw
Hmm.
from from 10 to I think it's 2, whatever we collected from 10 to 2, we'll have a draw at 2, and then we'll have a draw from 2 to 6. Well, it'll be at 5, the draw. So
Okay.
there's two going to be two winners,
Hmm.
but 50% of those the the draws, I think
Hmm.
it is. I
Hmm.
think there's like $5 for 5 tickets, something like that. I'm not totally know what the
Hmm.
50-50 draw is, but there'll be volunteers taking care of that with the autism people who are we're fundraising for them.
Oh, that's wonderful. So lots of chances to win
And the money
prizes.
stays, which is good. All the donation from the 50 raffle, the draws, and the
Hmm.
donation is 100% going to autism, but
Okay.
it's also staying local to a group of, they are uh, early learning people who have disabilities. So it's an ABA, and they have this autism youth program, and it's in Orleans. So that means it stays in the region, the funds. It
Okay.
doesn't go across Canada or whatever, it
Right.
stays locally for the youth
Oh, that's
autism program.
fantastic. And you
Yeah.
have early bird tickets that are $5 to get in?
$5 to get in
Okay. And then,
until the day of, and that
okay.
during the day at the door, it's $10. But
Okay.
you can get your ticket online, the early bird.
Yes.
And if you want to take the workshops, they're also online that you could purchase uh, the workshop. There, some are $20 for the 30 minutes, some are $30 for the thing, depending.
So they sign up online.
They
Okay.
sign up online,
And we'll link
and
all of that in the show notes. And we'll also link up the WOW Ambassador because that's a great way to, we said, either do your online mastermind or get
yes,
some nice
thank you.
in-person
Yeah.
networking and great way
Because the
to,
Facebook group of WOW Canada online
yes.
is amazing. I think we're like 2,500 ladies there. And every day, an ambassador will, or several ambassadors will post their offers, their educational material, their events. They'll share tips, tools. They'll
Hmm.
share their knowledge, whatever. So it's just not you know, where there's a lot of conversation happening, but there's a lot of products and services being shared. And
Yep.
that's what I like about the group is that everybody is able to participate and
Yes.
see
And
what's coming up.
especially when you go out and meet someone at a dinner, it's nice to be able to quickly find them or things that they've posted within that group. Because if you've talked about, and offering a product that they have, it's just a nice, fast way to get back
Connect with
in touch
them.
with them,
Yeah.
connect, follow up. Yeah, I love
Yeah.
that. I love that.
And some of the vendors at the spiritual summit, there's over 55. So they're different. There's products, crystals, jewelry, soaps, candles, grids, sage clearing kits, a lot of things for the house, even cleaning material that is good for the environment.
Okay, some
If
more
you
non-toxic
Exactly. So
choices.
one of the
Yeah,
WOW ambassadors is with Norwex. So she will be bring all her cleaning, whatever. I have this little, towelette that I keep on with me all the time because it's the best.
for glasses. Oh, there you
Yes.
go. Yeah. It's nice to find those
Oh,
finds that we like and that you like
yeah.
using and yeah.
Yeah.
And
And then
then there's
there's going to
also
have people
things,
with the skincare, soaps,
yep.
essential oils, and some of the vendors that are the tarot card readers, the oracle. Some are chakra healers. Some are drum healers. In the lobby, where you will be having one lady in particular who does drum healing.
Okay. Oh, so some sound healing and I'm
Yes,
sure you have breath work and
yes.
meditation and
And the
movement
breath
and
work, which is funny, is that we have this guy who's going to be on stage for 30 minutes explaining the importance of the breath work for your health,
yep.
for your emotional, spiritual, and just a good, healthy way of being creating energy around you as well. So
Yep.
that's interesting.
Oh, that's so wonderful. Well, as we said, we're going to link up ways to get tickets, some of the speakers and vendors that will be there, and just link up that website within the show notes below. And you'll still be able to get those early bird tickets right up until the day.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's plenty of parking at that.
Yes.
Yeah, it's really
It's
easy access
huge.
from the
It's close
highway.
to there's a baseball stadium, and
Yes.
that offers the same parking area. So there's tons of parking.
Yeah. And do we have any dinners coming up? Are there any in-person
So
dinners?
there is. It's always at the last week of the month.
Okay.
I have been so bad. I haven't picked the restaurant yet. So if you have some good ideas, I'll take Lisa your suggestion because
Oh, so
I
many,
always
so
ask the
many.
WOW ambassador to pick where do we meet next.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was going to post the event, I think Friday. So maybe you can select the place for and
Oh,
help me.
we'll have to
Because
talk
after a
after.
while, after 5 years, you run out of ideas.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and there are new places popping up, and depending on the area of the city that you want to explore, because there's so many great.
We try to go,
Yeah, you do. Yeah,
everywhere
which is great.
because,
Yes,
you
yeah,
know,
because we're all
uh,
coming in from all different areas, and some are
yeah, we have
coming in
people
from
from
outside of
Canada,
Ottawa. Yes.
Merrickville, Castleman, Alexandria. There's some from Gatineau, Elmer, Cantley, Wakefield. So
Yeah.
we're all over the area of Ottawa. We have even people from Brockville and Cornwall. So,
Yes. And soon we won't have to be bundling up with all our winter gear. Like spring is coming.
yep.
We're here in Canada, so like it's like especially going out to all our events, it's
Well,
always
the
nicer.
sun is starting to melt most of all the snow, so
Yes.
it's gonna. People are
And the
looking
birds in the
forward.
morning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people are
Yeah.
looking forward to be able to go out to events because
Yes.
that's what I'm getting. A lot of the people who are talking to me about the spiritual summit, they goes, Carol, it's so much needed
Yeah.
because we've been cocooned in our house for the past three
Mm-hmm.
years,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
and there's not too many events that have workshop speakers and vendors. So
Yes.
to
And where you know
spend
you're gonna
the
meet like
day and having a full fun day of activities,
yes. And you
and
know
there's
you'll
a
meet
little bit of everything for everyone.
yeah.
Families are included, so you can bring your kids. You can, because there is going to be a place we're hoping to have a table where kids can draw.
Oh,
Can
very nice. Yeah.
Yes,
Color, draw, just yeah, give them
yeah,
something to do and
yes,
yeah.
yeah.
And there'll be some food, I'm sure, some ways to get some
Yeah,
snacks
so
and
there
food.
is
Yeah.
a restaurant attached to the
Okay.
courtyard.
Okay.
Um, I don't think there is any vendor with food because
Okay.
with a spiritual summit,
Right.
uh,
True.
but there is going to
But there's
probably
stuff
be
like right.
sampling. People
Yeah.
will have sampling, but uh, there is food around.
Yes. Nice. Oh,
Yeah, and
good.
it's a very big restaurant, and the Hampton
Yeah.
Inn,
Oh, it's a
they don't.
beautiful location. Yeah, it's perfect.
Yes,
Yeah. And you have, as we said, you have some great speakers lined up. So I'll be
yeah.
excited to link them up down
And a
below.
lot of the
Wow.
people also, what they do is, if they have they plan on staying the whole day, as
Hmm.
they go to the Saint Laurent Mall, which is like 5 minutes away, they
Right.
go upstairs to the courtyard and then they come back.
True. Yes. Yeah, you've got that right there. Oh, that's
Yeah,
perfect.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, I have a few questions that I always like to
Okay.
ask my guests on
Yes.
the Lessons from the Core podcast. So, my first question for you is, can you tell me about a red flag moment that taught you your own lessons from the core? So, it could be something personal, professional.
Yes. And this is a little bit emotional, but I'm gonna get tell you. I encourage everybody to not stay in the business that they work more than 5 years because I stayed at a place for 19 years. And at the end of my 19 years, I was told I was part of the furniture. I would never leave. So it says, what does he mean by I'm part of the furniture and I will never leave?
Right.
He, I said, okay, this is a red flag for me.
Yeah.
Like when my sisters were telling me to leave after 10 years, I was stubborn because I wanted to see this business grow. And I was in charge of a lot of the things because I was the uh, director of operation, director of finance, and I had a lot of responsibility 16
Yes.
managers and
And you must have that
254 employees.
loyalty
Yes,
just runs through you as,
yes. And the owner
yes.
was never there.
Yeah.
But for him to tell me part of the furniture. It sort of to put a set my fire like under like to
It
burn
was,
the wood. I had to
yes.
just no. This is
Yes.
not my company. I okay, yes, I made it successful because it went from $250,000 a year to 11 million net profit. For the last 10 years that I was there, we were doing financially very well.
Mm-hmm.
And I left. I left. I took
Mm-hmm.
the courage. And after I left, his brother left, started his own company that I helped. And then the vice president left, and helped him start his company. And they both are my clients now. So things, sometimes
Sometimes you have to
getting,
take that leap.
you have to take that leap. So that's
Yeah.
one of the red flags. Do
Yes.
never be part of the furniture. Don't stay longer than 5 years at a place. There's always improvement elsewhere.
Yeah. Well, there's so many options in life and so many, especially with, and when you're a creative person and right to be able, because you're very structured, but you're also very creative. So you would want to be able to let that shine
Yes.
and yeah,
Yeah.
yes, and not
Yeah.
feel like no one ever
Have a
wants,
label.
yeah, no one wants to ever feel like
Yeah.
you're destined to not be appreciated. You're just gonna be here no matter what. Right. Well, that's good that you were able to see that through. And I always love to ask people, what is there's kind of a two-parter to this. Either what is your favorite Pilates exercise? So do you do any Pilates? And if you can't give me a favorite Pilates exercise, what is your favorite exercise in general or type of exercise?
So I do try to do Pilates at home.
Good. Some mat
And
work.
yes,
Nice.
uh, I followed one of your meditation online with the Pilates.
Yes.
So it was awesome.
Lovely.
But my favorite, I would say, is trying to incorporate uh, meditation with the Pilates, with the breath work. So it's more calming. I
Yes.
like that
More
aspect
that
because
meditative movement, mindful
yes,
movements. Love it.
mindful is what
Yes.
I
Are
I,
you
I love.
someone that do you like to go on walks or
Not these days,
yeah.
but I used to. I used
Okay.
to run 5 miles every day. I used to walk a lot,
Hmm.
but during COVID, I I wasn't going outside as much as I should have.
Okay.
So
But more
doing
doing
the
things.
exercise at home
Yes.
helped me to get grounded, get
Yes.
more taking care of my emotional, mental, and body.
Yeah. Love that.
Because I released a lot of weight, uh, close to 59 pounds. So
Nice.
I had to bring back the skin, like making tighter. And Pilates, you use your body as the weights.
Yes.
So it's your own ability to stretch out,
Yeah.
focus on the muscle specifically that you want to tone, because it's all about toning.
Yes. And that joint stability, like really getting
Exactly.
that stability for around the hips, around the knees,
Yes.
around the back. And
Yeah.
for both of us being on the computer so much, you've got to be
Exactly.
doing things to think about our posture and are we slouching? Are we able to sit up a little bit taller,
Yeah.
right? When
Yeah.
we're having all our fun on Canva and all. We've got to think about that posture and get
Yes.
body breaks and get moving.
Yeah.
And thank you for participating in some of my online offerings because I love being able to offer that. It's so fun to be able to, still connect with people, whether they do live here in Ottawa or away, to be able to provide that movement and meditation. I absolutely
And
love that.
Lisa, you have the best voice
Oh,
for
thank
meditation.
you. Thank
I
you.
totally appreciate the tonality, the words. It just gets me shifted right away into the meditation. And it's so wonderful. Your voice is so appealing. Um, Kudos to you, Shiri.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That's so nice to hear. I love being able to provide that level of calm. Sometimes you just need to be reminded, and just whether it's a certain cue that reminds you to relax your shoulders away from your ears, or, whatever the body needs. And for myself, going through like some
When you
low
did the
back.
meditation by the beach,
Oh, have you been to that beach yet? You really have to check it out this
I
summer.
don't know
If
if
you haven't
because
been,
I've been to so many beaches,
okay.
so I would have to check with my
The
son
beach we're
because,
talking about is Sandbanks Provincial
yes,
Park in Picton, for those of you that don't know. So I have a meditation series called Sunset Meditation. I also have a PDF planner that has a daily meditation guide, and links to those meditations. And then speaking of journals, Carol has a few journals herself, and we'll link up those Amazon links below because you have some fantastic journals. So tell us about your journal titles.
so there's the soul journey. So it's just to awaken your soul journey. So it's like 120 page. There's a couple of different pages to fill out
Hmm.
and just to help you. There's manifesting things that you want.
Hmm.
Uh, the last one that I did was for women entrepreneurs. So it's about your business. So worksheets, how to get, strategies and whatever about your business.
Yes,
And
which I really appreciate because anytime we've had any of those calls, you definitely send me away with an amazing checklist of things to do, actionable steps
yes,
and you need that. Like you need, no matter how long we've been in business, sometimes it's just getting that occasional extra perspective to then walk away with, okay,
but
here,
you
here,
also
here,
have a
here.
journal. You also have a journal.
I do my the 30-day reprintable planner, yes. And then that
Yes,
leads to those beach meditations, which yes, having the waves in the background.
yes.
Oh, we're almost at that time of year. As I said, I'm starting to hear those birds in the morning, and yeah. And as we said too, so Facebook group with the WOW ambassadors, becoming a WOW ambassador, so you can get in on those in-person and online masterminds,
Yes.
networking events, the spiritual,
Workshops. I also do
yes, the
workshops.
workshops,
So
and you've got
sometimes the
several,
workshops are on marketing, sometimes they're on Canva.
yes,
So a lot of tools
yeah,
to
oh,
help
totally,
the
which
woman
we so
entrepreneur.
appreciate. Yeah,
And
yeah,
sometimes I'll bring guests and I'll bring other WOW ambassador to, showcase their abilities and participate in a showcase or in
yes.
a workshop. I even do fun things. So on Saturday, I have a resin painting workshop. It costs
Oh,
$15
nice.
and it's a face to face. So it is, you come, everything is supplied. So if you want to look that up, that's on the Wow World of Women Facebook group called
Okay.
Wow Canada.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, I love
Yeah.
that. That's so
Yeah.
amazing. See, I knew all of your creative sides. Yeah, we love it. Well, I want to thank you so much again, Carol-Chantal, for being here. It's been so nice to have you on. I'm really looking forward to your spiritual summit that's coming up and all of the events, all of the WOW events that you have going on. I love being a WOW ambassador myself. And just thank you for being you and always being so welcoming and inviting to all of your events that you have hosting in person and online. It's just priceless to feel that way and feel so welcomed and invited by you. So I want to just thank you so much for taking the time to be on today.
I just appreciate you so much because, sometimes when we do podcasts or whatever, we don't take the time to really get to know the person. And so I love that you had questions, and I appreciate you very much, Lisa. You're a pleasure to be with. And when we go out and we have lunch, we have the time to connect really on a personal level. And
We
it's good to
do.
be
We've
able
been
to.
so blessed to have so many times to see each other in person and really connect and thank you for saying those things. And I truly feel the same way.
Thank you for
Uh,
having me.
Oh, you're so welcome. Well, thanks everyone for being here, and we look forward to seeing you, hearing you at the next episode. You can follow along and feel free to review the podcast as well. We'd love it. So thanks again for being here.